Alright folks, back on the campaign trail here early in 1861. Well, it's late May, but early on relatively in 1861 in the war. Let's see, our finances ticked down a bit. I'm not sure what sin we committed. Okay, so now it's back to AAA, but I don't know, we actually have a kind of a planned pretty big planned growth, I think, here of the armed forces, and I'm sure the AI does as well. Again, my impression, if you saw the first episode, is that we're at least when we get to battle, we're probably going to need to bring slightly larger numbers. I don't know if that's an effect of the weapons or something else, but we had a pretty comfortable relative advantage, but we weren't really able to translate that on the last battlefield, even though we actually had better weapons than I would have expected. I think a closer weapon ratio, if there is such a thing, than elsewhere. Now, this is interesting because this is the kind of flashing red here of the Department of the West. I don't know if that's because of the fleet, my fleet nearby. That usually wouldn't affect it. I thought I saw somewhere the devs made a communication that at some point the Brownwater Navy stuff will have an effect on land-based battles, but don't hold me to that. I read a lot, I wish a lot, and my memory is not as great as it ought to be, and so sometimes the things I wish would happen are get replaced with the things that actually did happen. But it doesn't sound like there's going to be naval battles. That sounded like that was pretty much quashed, unfortunately. But we still got quite a bit here in this game. So if you don't remember where we are, there is a Union force down here of at least 15,000, and what they did is they took Alexandria, they drove straight down and around. They actually came down here, they put themselves temporarily on a boat for whatever reason, came out down here, came over here, and they've plopped themselves down Stanton, Virginia, and they're constructing a supply depot here. I don't know what the supply route is by which they would get supplies, and I don't know that the game actually does anything about this, right? Because behind them, on the way to Alexandria and DC, there are no friendly supply lines. Going out here, there are no friendly supply lines. Going through the Shenandoah Valley, there are no friendly supply lines. No matter where you go, there are no friendlies. I did forget that old Bory is over here, just probably chomping at the bit to get troops. I don't know that I have any to give him. I can always go back to the Georgia well, but if you've been watching, you know that I've kind of come to that well several times already, but he needs something, you know, or else he's going to be paying me a visit, and I don't want to have to deal with him, so we'll give him some troops to keep him quiet. That don't look white to me. That looks gray. I'm pretty sure I'm not colorblind, too. But I digress. And what else can we give? Oh, that's right. I haven't recruited from Maryland yet. Yeah, go nuts. And we got to give them some cav here for scouting, and I may have to go to the North Carolina well for that. Or no. Well, the problem with West Virginia is once we upgrade, it's going to be too much from them, I think. So then we got to go to South Carolina. All right, fine. Hey, it's old Bory. He can't complain. Well, he can't. Well, he can and he will, but I guess. Who's the exterior designer here? My goodness, I can't find anything that. None of these cav uniforms. I like the game. Yeah, I mean, come on, but I don't really like any of the CSA cav uniforms. If you're keeping track at home. All right, but he's got some cav now. So eventually, okay. I'm gonna say we crashed it already. Who's up to green readiness? So, I mean, as long as this front is kind of stagnant, I'm okay with that. We'll push back up and see if that army, that Department of the West of theirs, ran itself out of supply, and maybe that's what did it in. Alright. And apparently I just never gave Sterling Price any troops. I thought I did. Alright, we're gonna have to go to Texas here. Sure. But I don't... Hold on. Hold on. Oh, that's right. That's right. It's this weird thing where... They all start off with these... They call them divisions, but they're supposed to be brigades, and they're barely regiments. That's right. So, I think I can do this. Maybe? Alright, so that is actually, like, that's, you know, worth the micro, right? 2,000 troops for that. I don't know if that frees up anything from... It probably won't free up anything from Missouri because we used all the troops, but it... Well, we still got a decent amount to draw from in Missouri. And Missouri is part of our Western theater here. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and grab some Missouriites. Missourians? Makes sense. Steel gray, I guess. There you are. Alright. So, it's going to take Price a while to get back in the game. Yeah, all that reshuffling of those... Basically, regiments into a brigade is going to set him back, but whatever. He's had mobility issues. I feel like I'm describing an older member of my family. But, no, it's just one of our Western generals. Alright. I want to get eyes on... Okay, they got some eyes out. They're peeking around. I don't know that Magruder actually has the... He does have cab. He has Hood's cab, so we'll set him to scout. Okay. That's right. Johnson has Stuart, so we'll get him scouting a little bit. Holy moly, we can't do that. Okay. So eventually, Porterfield will be able to scout too. Reboard muskets. Legacy rifles are there. Let's... That seems cheap. I don't know. But now we get into the new weapon procurement system. So, if I understand this correctly, the old way... Hold on here. The old way of doing some of this was to kind of go big and just bide your time until the order came in. But now, because standardization pays a little bit more attention to kind of how you order these things, you're supposed to do small batches, right? And like, it is so much longer for some of these things, right? If I put in the old order, which is like 25,000, they'll be here in a year. But I feel like at least with 25,000 of those and 25,000 of the plains rifles, at least in a year, like, we'd be all right. These are just very small. But I'll take what others have said, and I gotta wait. I don't know about this. I'm not sure why the standardization is so low, given that they know how to produce these. How much if I want to double it? Alright. So this standardization is 4. We'll put in an order for 1,000. We'll just see what happens. Plains rifle now. Standardization is 0. So this is going to require a little bit more. But that's 115 days. and we don't have any available. Jeez. I guess we'll just do that too and hope for the best. Now, we do have some Mississippi rifles. We kind of got 3,000 when we did the project. We had the Springfield rifle muskets, so I do want to get out there and start distributing those. We have 12-pound howitzers in stock, 24-pound howitzers in stock as well. 12-pound field gun, not the biggest fan. We have, now what happened here? Oh yeah, we can't order those. I was gonna say, and also, I don't know, parrot rifle. The drawing looks different, but I guess it's not. All right, so yeah, they've nerfed weapon procurement to make it take longer. So we're gonna be doing more mixed muskets and stuff like that, and then we're gonna have to repeat this process when we get the Cav carbines upgrades. So just make sure you're ready for that. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of mixed muskets. Could have probably gone with the reboard muskets, but in my experience, the difference is pretty slight. Might have been able to get larger numbers of them, but I'm not sure it would have mattered all that much. So Hampton's division, it's recovered its readiness, even though it hasn't gotten its new troops, which are on their way. They're going to be very green troops when they show up. Oh, all right. So we have a perk. I hadn't thought to look for that for others. We are told that now the perks, the army perks that should accrue experience with scouting have now been fixed and should work as intended. So when I get another army, or if I get a second perk on Cox, I will give them the scouting one and just test it. My default is, even if they work, I still like flying column the best, but that's just an old bias of mine. But I've been told I'm not alone in having it. So I suppose one thing I did not take a look at in the whole weapons procurement was, well, we can't even do this anyways, but I mean, so it does explain to you why the complexity of the Maynard makes it harder to get a hold of. The Mississippi, though, I wonder what the rationale was there. Number of units of this weapon type, 6,300. So complexity reduces it by standardization by 43%, but what about the Plains rifle? Production complexity reduces standard. Okay, so the Plains rifle is apparently more complex than the Mississippi rifle. And we don't have this because we haven't done the project. We might be able to get them in battle, but out of curiosity, it would be slightly less complex to make the Springfield rifle musket than the Mississippi. All right, that's fine enough. I think what I'm going to do now is go around and distribute some of those rifles to decent brigades. Now, Ewell, as he does, has some pretty good numbers. We'll drop some Springfields with poor David Jones. Upgrade his muskets to rifle muskets as partial compensation for me always getting his unit killed. I think I would trust Johnston's with the Mississippi rifles, because they're the only ones that are going to get them. That's them. And Cheatham, I guess. I was looking for a unit with like 2,000 so that I could try to divvy it out to different units, but maybe they'll just have to hold the extra 1,000 in stock. I'm sure we'll use them up and hope to capture more. So yeah, it's pretty much our army of the Potomac that has our most elite guns, and it's not saying much right now, but don't care about that. Further reduce enemy support in conquered states and territories. Yeah. It's fine. We'll leave it like that. And we can think about whether we want to upgrade these other things. But I thought in weapons procurement here that part of what affected so production shortages and standardization affect the cost of the order. I mean that is good to know. And for these, I guess it doesn't tell us the other factors that affected it. All right, well, still, that was interesting to note. So we're definitely learning that we have some part shortages, and it does affect costs in certain places. Just not sure that I really want to spend that much money to fix them. We have a decent projected surplus. Remember, this is over 12 months, so that's good. And you know, with 8% interest, which for whatever, don't even get me started on the credit rating, how we have AAA credit and 8% interest. But here, we'll bring him down to the edge of the railroad here. I don't want to borrow too much at 8% interest, 3 or 4% interest. Yeah. Go hog wild, but other things not as interested in doing. All right, Johnston is back up in the green here. We'll have him leapfrog over to here. I'm going to try to creep in. Now, are we actually scouting? Now, we should be scouting. It doesn't say we are, but we should be. So maybe I have to click it again. So we actually get the little scouting icon to show up. Alrighty. I have neglected some of the naval stuff. I know I sent those fleets on a large round trip, and it looks like they were able to avoid the Union fleet down there. And, well, North Carolina squadron made it. I don't know where the other one is. Let's see here. James River, we know it. New Orleans, we know where that one is. North Carolina, we know that. Oh, so it's the Savannah Squad. Oh, so I already ordered them in here. Alright, and let's send them on up the mighty Mississippi. No, why on earth would you go that way? You can't go that way. There you go. Alright, I want to take a quick peek at what's going on up in St. Louis. What's the problem here? We don't really have the subsidies to build a lot of things, and you know, if we just rush it, it's going to be 57 million, 29 million. I mean, it's going to be big costs. So that is why I'd like to use the industrial subsidies, but we got to get them up. Military 2 is still 30 days off. Then maybe it'll be time for Industry 2. Not sure about that one. All right. So what we can see is that they are down here. Now, they've probably got some of their readiness back, but they're out of supply. And apparently somehow that's going to fix itself. All right. So they say scouting will fix this. Level up by scouting. Okay. We will do that. And then we will continue to scout. Okay. I think that this is... I don't know why this is leveling up so fast. There's really no reason for it. If the men have undergone enough drill or collected enough experience, you may assign specializations. Again, they're probably undergoing drill, right? They're encamped and all that. But the other things don't really make much sense to me. Okay, so this is... Wait, no it's not. Oh yeah, it is. It is getting a little bit of scouting there. Alright, so we have some ideas to what we're seeing. We're going to continue to creep. And creep some more. And if we get to a spot here where we get a pretty good numerical advantage, right, we're going to be green. We don't have great weapons. The Army of the Potomac has the best weapons in our army. We'll send them in, and hopefully we'll get a big beat down here on the Army of Northeastern Virginia, but I don't know. Yeah, see, Johnson's doing it too. I mean, he is absolutely cranking up the experience, and I'm not sure why. I mean, we're scouting, but like the scouting perk actually seems to kind of make sense. Like it's very slowly going up, as it should. And now we just got to pay attention to arrival times. So Hampton, see 19 days for him. 1 day for Greg's brigade. I guess I'd more likely be willing to wait for that. In Hampton's division, it's 1 day. Okay, so in basically 1 or 2 days, we're going to have big numbers. Johnson's got all he's going to have for a while. Slack 38 days. Withers brigade 12 days. So who do we have on hand? We have basically 10,000. Alright, I'm still going to give you flying column because that's the one I like. That'd be 15,000. That's 22,000. Let's wait a day and see what our numbers look like. But if they're truly as out of supply as they indicate, you turn scouting off now. Because at least one of those units is not going to be the first one in. And we don't want them delayed. The Army of the Potomac is pursuing Wheeling, I guess, again. Quick look at our balance bar here. Actually, on numbers, we're pretty evenly matched. Overall number of men fielded. Finances are still okay for now. So everybody is with Price who's supposed to be with him. That's pretty impressive. I'm not sure why Fort Smith gets supplied from up here. I don't know. But I think one of the things that has to happen now is we got to get some more troops here out west. And let's see where we can go. Can't go to Texas anymore. Maybe we can. New Mexico. Tennessee. No. Missouri, no. Mississippi, probably not. Louisiana, yes. Yes, we can from Louisiana. And we will. Yikes. That is just painful to look at. Okay. So we have them there. And I don't know that we're going to get anybody else. Again, Mississippi is a no. Louisiana is a no now. Arkansas is a yes. Just the numbers are small. You know, I think maybe Alabama. Let's just hold off for now. Yeah, let's hold off for now. And, alright, so here we got Zollicoffer with max XP, and I guess we just got to check on every army, because it looks like a bunch are now getting their first perk. Except McCullough's army out there, which I don't really understand. I mean, they haven't been active, but they have been training, so... Alright, so this is an unwelcome development. But not entirely a problem here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we're going to march up and we're going to go try to deal with them. Those two forces, it looks like we'll get about 20,000 against 5,000. They may just turn around and pull out. One can always hope. I want to do that one at the double there. And my goodness, this brigade still has not showed up. Oh, it's 10 days. Oh, that's right. They had a bit of a longer wait here. So we're going to try to deal with this problem first. Was I right? Yeah, I think they're right. Banks withdrawing. All right, that's good. We did not want reinforcements getting in here. And it didn't really spoil our readiness. So that still gives us 20,000 up here, 27, basically 28,000 down here. All right, they're up to 20,000. Like, I don't think our numbers are going to increase too much more. I don't know when. Yeah, Hampton's not going to be here for over 2 weeks. That just seems a long time to let the Army of Northern Virginia sit down here. So I think, you know, good enough has got to be good enough. Got to move them up. I'm going to move Hampton's division up. The goal here is just to arrive at about the same time so that we can get on the offensive in that battle. Now, we have left them a way out because in the end, I just want to expel them from the territories. It'd be nice if we could get a battle that we can get good numbers on, but at the very least, expelling them from the territory, pushing them back to Alexandria or something like that, that would be good enough for the interim. We're still working on getting our recruitment up and our training up. And, yeah, I mean, the recruitment's all right, I guess, but training levels leave quite a bit to be desired. All right, so move them in there. We'll move them in there. See what that looks like. Army of the Potomac, continue to creep. Army of the Shenandoah, continue to creep. All right, so it looks like we all got there, and reports are we are pretty far ahead, and for whatever reason, James Shields is taking this battle. So there's some discrepancy up here, whether it's... I guess... No, I guess that's right. It's the combination of the two. So it's 20,000 against whatever we actually have. We'll figure it out when we get in there, but... Uh-oh, we are loading a little slow here. Let's see what the report tells us. Let's see what their supply situation actually is reported as. Our enemy is near Waynesboro Bridge, Virginia, and our army is prepared for battle. We have to attack. We're facing army of Virginia, 20,000 men, 24 guns. Enemy army is green, and the morale is reported to be stable. That's usually not good for them. Reports indicate their supply situation is outstanding, yet they had the supply icon, but maybe it's only certain things they don't have access to. I'm not sure. All right, so we have the... All right, so we got to meet down here. All right. Okay, you're there. That's fine. Looks like one of our armies is arriving later. Am I seeing that correctly? Let's check. Condition report. For whatever reason, my army apparently is in poor condition. Yeah, they ain't kidding. Like, the men here are just... Is it weather? It's 70... It's partly cloudy. Yeah, it's great weather. Huh. And yet here it shows we're great, right? 100, 100, 100. But oh, now it's better. All right, in 3 hours for the reinforcements here. Okay. All right, so I think we're gonna start up. I do want to clean things up. I don't want to know about that. I do want the fog of war on. I don't want to know where they are. Well, I mean, any more than I already do. We are allowed to see the point we have to take. Aren't we? Yeah, we are. Murraysville Church. That is an... Yeah, I mean, that is... It depends on how the AI wants to deploy here. But they could hold the high ground forest behind a stream and up a hill. They're going to be in really good shape. Because I think we're at an artillery disadvantage, or at least artillery neutral, I'd not really want to test them too much. What are our paths? We could have everyone show up here, kind of come in around behind them and hit them on the flank. That might work. I'm really concerned, though, about trying to advance down here and up there. I mean, there is this kind of cover, and I guess you can also bring up your own forces and kind of counter shoot. And actually, you know, this is good cover to move in. If you come down the road, you can get yourself in the embankment. You'll be on the low ground, but you'll at least have the embankment cover. You could still come over here, cross through here, use the forest if you're worried about getting outshot, and I am worried about that. But we do have the Army of the Potomac here, and they want to be able to use those rifles. So unless there's something good over here on the left for us, and this just looks like a really wide march, and then we basically feels like we're fighting in the wilderness over there, which is my most hated map. So I think we're gonna try to move straight on through here. I don't want to, not looking to separate my forces. Okay, we'll move them there. Them chugging along. Cox Force is one that I might actually have go up on that ground because they will be able to benefit from the somewhat open terrain. It should be enough terrain to cover their advance, but otherwise open enough that they can use the range of those Mississippi Springfield rifle muskets that we have. It is noon, and we are kind of outrunning. Now this is not this is not great movement speed down here. This kind of tells me that maybe we have some issues because of green troops. And so we may not even look at getting a battle today. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause while there's some jockeying for position here and then bring you back when I have more to show you. All right, folks, this seems like a place to bring you in. So what I can tell by sending Stuart around in Johnston, you can see I have him hovering right there so we can get out quickly, is that I was right in at least finding part of the Union line. And they are kind of where I would be. They're behind this stream. They have their own breastworks that I guess would allow them to shoot into any unit that's trying to get into that creek bed. So that makes sense. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. It is, when are we here? We are in the middle of June, and so I'm not sure how much more daylight we have. Johnston's force is well rested, and I forget, I think that's the only ace in my sleeve besides the numbers and the fact that I don't think they know that Stuart is here and has seen them because no artillery has turned to shoot at them yet. But Johnston's army, remember, is for the most part, well, they're not green. They're not veterans either, but they're not green. And so they're going to be part of the flanking force that is really 3 armies. I think I am going to, in the end, send Cox Force up here to, I don't know, at least send skirmishers out and keep them fixed while the rest of the force follows this road down around here and tries to get in the woods, get in the flank behind them. It'll be a mixture of veteran and green, or veteran in the sense that they've seen combat, and green troops, and we're just going to go from there. Magruder's army, and it's hard to tell because they're all kind of entangled here. They just arrived. They've been marching most of the day. They're really not quite ready for another march. Johnson's army is definitely ready. Porterfield's 1 brigade is as ready as I think it's going to be. It's Magruder's force that is the laggards here, and so what I'm going to have them do, I hope that nighttime doesn't ruin all this. It might, but I'm going to order Johnson's army in first, Porterfield's in second, and really I don't want that seeing too much combat at all. And once I see those on the road, here we gotta still move Hood up because I want to find kind of the other half of their army. This is by no means their full force. That might be a third of it, maybe a half of it. Not sure why Hood's not moving here, but I don't want to attack piecemeal. I don't want Cox's army to go in there and have everybody with those great ranged weapons get themselves slaughtered because the flanking force isn't in push to support them. That may happen, and they may discover this movement. I just don't know. For whatever reason, I can see them, and either they can't see me or they don't care to see me. I'm not sure what the issue is. Maybe because I have Cav in the lead and their Cav is here, and maybe because it's down. I mean, I could see my force right up there on the hill looking down on them, but maybe nobody ever checks over their shoulder. I don't know. But I did just learn, I don't know if that's because Hood just came in range. I think maybe he crested this hill, and you can see that they are just, well, that's the eventual idea, but it's not really my idea for the moment. But they are all good and fortified along a very, very long front. You see they are a bit grouped up here on the flank. And so I'm thinking a position to move Cox's force in is going to be right. No, not there so much. But something maybe a little bit like this is what I want. Kind of a little bit further to the right, but not as far to the right as I just was. So we'll have them move out. These forces are on the road. Magruder's forces, okay, they're intact. They're well rested for the most part. All right, that's fine. So Magruder is, in my estimate, good enough to go. And we're going to put them... Oh, I think they might have just saw me. For whatever reason, I think they might have just seen what I was up to. Oh well, it is what it is. I mean, these are their entrenchments. And we are going to lose contact with them as we go back here to reform. I'm not sure why Cock feels he needs to run all the way back in order to do that, but he does. We're going to move up here to 10 times speed. I'm going to check to make sure that I haven't been talking to nobody. Okay, so I actually did press record. That's good to know. Let's see. In Johnson's army, we do not need our skirmishers out anymore. All right, and I saw movement there towards the end. I guess we're just going to have to figure out what that was. Hood should definitely not move like that. No, no, no. I just said no. Don't do that. All right. They have a force out here. Poor Jones, right? As usual. Poor Jones. I'm going to put him in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he's probably going to get crushed. But they kind of see what's up. But I also don't know at this point, like, so what? They know what's coming. They know what the numbers are, but The element of surprise was not really the key. If they go and they wreck Cox's force before they're able to set up, then it's a problem. And they may just do that. Because as they are wont to do, they are booking it. Okay, Hood needs to get back here so that we find out what is going on. Okay, Porterfield, you can move up. Magruder, no, Magruder, what are you doing, man? Oh, you know what? I wonder if Hood is probably part of Magruder's force. Yeah, he is. So that's what I was doing wrong. All right. It explains a lot, actually. I guess Cock doesn't have cavalry. All right, that actually makes quite a bit of sense. So we'll have more cav back here than I guess we need. I'm going to send Stored up again to continue to look around. Okay. Game is a bit laggy. I think that's because I elected to have more sprites on the map. What would really cause me problems is if this force came and hit me before we're all in a line. That would be very rough. Okay, I think what we need you to do is stop. Stop. No idea what that movement is. You can continue. Toss out some skirmishers. Because we might need them. Because we ain't stopping. Alright. Actually stop that artillery. And this force doesn't have to do anything fancy to do their job. They just gotta kind of get out there and hold, and they do that. They'll have done all right in my book. Yet again, I just need you to stop, not double quick. But they're all jittery, right? It's their first combat and all that, so. Okay, yeah, you are too far forward. And I guess they got the stop order a little far out. Okay, they're moving over there to try to grab our flank. And so this is a bit of a rough situation. I think I want is Johnston's force here, since it's likely got the furthest to move, but it should move the quickest, I would think, given its experience. We get Porterfield there. Magruder, we need your force actually more like right here. Okay. I think, unfortunately, what's going to happen is nightfall is going to kick in, and I'm a little concerned about what's going to happen overnight. Because sometimes the kind of nighttime realignment just does not work out right. Honestly, I don't really even love that movement. I think I'd rather have Ewell's brigade in reserve, maybe even over here on this right. It's a little hard to believe that if Johnson has Springfield rifle muskets, and I know that they do, that they're not able to return fire uphill. Or maybe they are, and I'm just not seeing it. Okay, so now that Greg was able to kind of shoot... Well, I thought they were able to shoot off their pursuers. Maybe not. But we're going to have them lay down. We will have those folks lay down. Ewell, we're going to bring back into the right a bit here, because I'm not sure. This is... No. We don't need that. What we might have to do is just withdraw those... Yeah, bring those skirmishers back in. And then guess we still can't get rid of those guys because we're sitting there. We're going to continue to fall back with, well, I'm going to try to continue to fall back with Johnson. We'll kick out some skirmishers. Alright, so that's that. Over there. Porterfield's over here. Apparently Magruder's force knows where to go, and they are going to try to get there. I don't know that that's going to do it, though. It looks like they are going to leave those roads, and I think, unfortunately for me, I think nighttime is going to be the kind of deciding factor. Yeah, if I have skirmishers, I do not see them. Oh, I kicked him out backwards. Okay, then. Here, we're going to fall back to here. Yeah, that's fine. Just advance. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Greg still needs to come back far enough that he can kick out skirmishers. All I can say is I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it behind him in time. I wish I were more confident of that, but what we really need to do is to show up here with Magruder now and try to hit that moving target of wherever their flank is going to be. I'm not sure if fatigue is a factor here. It's not a huge factor. It's a factor. It's not a huge one at the moment. I'm not too sure about those guys. I think that's a pretty cool view. Okay, they've moved back. You will does I guess not have skirmishers, or aren't these? No, that's Cheatham's skirmishers. Okay, so then Ewell should also fall back. Greg can now kick out skirmishers. And we'll have Greg kind of continue to rotate over to here. Leave his skirmishers there. We'll have Cheatham move over here, which kind of gets in Greg's way, but we're just going to kind of keel our line around. Again, we're looking to buy time here, as always, while we hope that everything else kind of falls into place. Okay, Cheatham, we'll bring our skirmishers back. There's a good chance they're just going to rout as soon as they stand up, because that's what they do, but... Okay, we'll have those guys step up and shoot those skirmishers as they come up. Johnston is now finally back far enough, I think. I think. And everything else is kind of getting into position, but again, it's almost 7:30 here. And so I think we are going to have a pretty significant challenge. I think Greg is just going to come even further back and be like another line of defense here. Ewell can now get out some skirmishers. That's good. Yeah, Cheatham should get new ones. And so if they want to come and get us, they are certainly sending out more skirmishers, maybe to do that. Okay, we'll throw them out there. I think there are some others here too that I'm not quite seeing, but they certainly have a line that if they press Cox Force, even with our better weapons, in actually a pretty good position, I think that they have the numbers here to just run us right off this hill before we're able to get established in their flank. I'm not going to wait for my artillery to catch up. That's not that important to me. Yes, we'll get Porterfield there. Try to get Johnston in place, ready to go. But again, I'm really concerned about where they end up repositioning us after nightfall and how they draw those lines. Because a lot of times it'll just send your units kind of running for just in weird ways. Okay, Jones will get a fresh set of skirmishers since there's a bit of a breather there. I mean, somebody here has got to see this, right? They can't just see what's in front of them. They got to see that. Yeah, I mean, you could see it from their angle. They're definitely there. All right. All right. So Jones's new set of skirmishers are going over there. Cheatham is down there. Greg is it's in a place. I think they're just still on defense though, and outside of their parapets, and we're slowly closing in. I had really promised that I wasn't gonna try to divide my forces or anything like that, but I really expected them to kind of passively sit in their entrenchments. I'm usually a fan of the active defense. I think if they had angled their defenses a little bit better, they would have had a real shot kicking out skirmishers. The problem is defending in those woods. even if they have better rifles than we do, they're not really able to use them because of the way that the force cuts down on effective range and accuracy. You lose a lot of that. Alright, so now we're getting pushed over here. There's a brigade up. Still not sure what if they see what's coming towards them. We're winded, we're untrained, we're disrupted, winded, untrained. Somebody thinks they're firing for some crazy reason. I don't know. We'll go down into, I guess, what qualifies as the thick of it right now. I wonder if these guys are getting a... They're not getting cover here. Huh. Okay. Nope, that's what I meant to do. Greg, what do you got? Enfields? Is that true? Does Greg actually have Enfields? I didn't think it was. Yeah, I thought they had mixed muskets. I feel like he always ends up with mixed muskets no matter kind of what else is going on in my campaigns. Alright, I think we're going to have Greg hold right where he is. I think we're going to have Anderson do the same. I want Walker to do the same. I just want to get something of a line going. Throw out some skirmishers. Honestly, Hood can stop what he's doing. Artillery can stop what it's doing, or at least we'll just tweak it slightly. How is Donaldson? Yeah, he's doing all right for now. All right. Should probably try to recall those skirmishers. I think they might have just broke. Yeah, they just broke before I was able to do it. Get into those entrenchments like that, because I really want to focus on hitting this part of their line. Okay. Ah, it happened, didn't it? I don't understand this. Like, there's no way that cavalry... I don't know what this is here, but that ain't it, man. Start wasn't there. Alright, Johnston, your force looks like this. That's fine. Porterfield, you're going to join them right there. Magruder, you get... Yeah, that looks good enough. And actually, Kak, I think is fine. You know, I guess the AI does construct entrenchments, so I could, but I'm trying to get less reliant on them. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and play. And I think we've done about as much positional stuff as we can do, and yeah, man, I mean, this is, not sure why we're doing it like that, but we know we don't have the best of weapons here, so we are going to kick out some skirmishers. Are we not facing the right direction here? I guess we'll see where they end up. Wait a minute. Why does it look like Union troops are here? Something is going on that's just very odd with the camera here. Skirmishers are going to be there. Okay, we need to push. Up, certainly, because we got to continue to engage them. push those guys up there, and we'll push here too. Okay, we'll push out some skirmishers here, but that's not really where the thrust is coming from. I have no idea what this is. No, that's not what we want. What I really think the push needs to be is I don't even know where their skirmishers are. But these units need to cross over to here. Okay. We need some skirmishers here, and we need to push up. Okay, all these guys were supposed to kick out some skirmishers. I don't see that happening. There we go. Alright, we got some cav. We'll move up. Send these skirmishers up. Send those skirmishers up to try to clear the way a little bit. Alright, we need to move up here. And Hill and Company need to move up here. What we don't want is we don't want the forces in the front to get blocked up and not be able to support this attack going on in the back. Okay, we're sending skirmishers up here. Again, we want to keep the pressure on going this way. Okay, we'll turn on fire at will just for a little bit. Okay, move those skirmishers up there, up there. They're in a wild position here. Huh. Yeah, we are super lagged here. Jones move up there. Gotta keep trying to move forward. This is just a bit of a cluster. Okay. I mean, another thing we can do is take this division and kind of crisscross under and then try to hit what is now their left because they've moved so far to the right, but I'm a little concerned about what that's going to do to our cohesion. Move the artillery back here. We'll keep the cavalry kind of nearby, but behind. And we've got to get up there, otherwise we're pretty much putting ourselves at a permanent disadvantage here. Not sure what those guys are doing or why they're doing it. And you know, I think Donelson's troops are kind of just wasting their time at this point. I think we'll focus on this group down here. Yet another change of plans that I'm not thrilled about, but I can tell Donaldson's getting absolutely wrecked, and there's really nobody else coming up. Here, we'll move. I mean, we'll try to get him out of there, but... Or Greg, not Donaldson. Donaldson was last battle, but... Yeah, we are falling behind here. Try to keep that cav close. Alright. Put a little bit of pressure right in here. See how that goes. What do these guys have? Nothing good? Alright. Cannot for the life of me find their command. There he is, Johnston. Here, we'll move over here as well. Well, where is command here? Alright, so Cock is nearby. Okay, we're going to have Jackson move in. Trying to get everybody on these guys here. Because they have a bunch of unengaged brigades down here. Alright, so we did break a brigade there. And now, what I think we're going to try to do is press those two brigades here. Send them over there. Do we have any brigades that we accidentally left back? No, not really. It's alright. We're still going to try to shake them up a bit. It looks like a Union unit kind of just samurai charged us and might have gotten themselves wiped. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. These guys have an excellent chance to put some flanking fire in that huge brigade. Kind of hoping that the weight of numbers would eventually press them to do more. I really want these guys to just fire right into their flanks. Not sure what the holdup is there. Is that cavalry brigade alive or dead? They're dead, but I wonder if they make contact with my unit, if they'll rout him anyways. They might. Poor Jones is run off again. Hood needs to stay up there to keep up morale. Donaldson's boys, I feel like they've been in a fight once and they don't want to go back in. Understandable, but give me a break, man. Alright, Stuart's got to move up. They've certainly been able to reform their line better than I would have expected under the conditions. Done a lot of things better than I think that they should be doing under these conditions, but yeah, it's me. Okay, I'll move them over there. Again, that is a routed cavalry unit that is just running in and engaging with my guys. I think they're engaging. That's what it seems like. Yeah, these guys really just gotta get in there, get up close. Don't try to make it cute or anything like that. Just unload on them. Okay, they need to move up here. I don't know why Anderson is nervous. I mean, I guess it's a combination of factors here, but... Porterfield is routed? Alright, if you say so. Again, this is really the way I want to go with these troops, not running off here to the side. Okay. I want to push Walker up. I'm impressed that this brigade has stood up so long. Jackson apparently got himself good and broken. Okay. I don't think we've had any rallies. Yeah, don't look like it. Certainly one of the mistakes I made is not attacking double quick, but there's only so much micro I feel I can do. Alright, now, since I said it, we got to do it. Alright, Walton, I understand you guys have been beat up, but Jackson is pooped out on us, so we need you. Cheatham should attack. Ewell should try to shoot it out with him. Ewell's skirmisher should shoot it out with him. There we go. Now it looks like we're going to pick up a W. Whew. Got a little sweaty there for a moment, and it looks like my right is collapsing. Yeah, because it is. Because it is, except for Johnston. I think I'm glad I gave him those Mississippis now. Now they can just tag whoever they want. Alright, we're going to move up, try to shoot it out with them, rather than melee it out. Yeah, they got one more brigade here, we'll try to shoot it out with. Okay, Hill is back there. Let's see, what else can we try to do? We can try to rally some units here. We'll put them up there for some morale. I don't know what that unit's doing. Try to rally some units. Wherever the commander is, it's Johnston, isn't it? I have not been able to find him on the battlefield. Alright. Wherever he is, rally some troops up, maybe. Okay. So we have completely demolished them on our left, their right. And, see what else we can do. We got some time left, and so, you know, we might as well push off as many of these guys as we can. Okay, move our cav up there. Yep, move them over there. Walton's already been beat up, but Donaldson, not so much this battle. Walker. Go for it, Walker. Quite the view. I know, I know. Not Total War graphics, not Total War game though. Still looks pretty good. What's going on over here? Is that my guys routing? Their guys routing. Their guys routing. Alright, maybe we'll just have Yule charge in, because I don't think he's going to make it. Make it in range to do other stuff. Broken. Jeez, yeah. Rally, rally, rally. Alright, that looks like it's going to do it. Tried to get some more routes on him at the end, but I don't think we did. Yeah, even casualties. So this kind of confirms my initial impression, which was that you kind of need to bring more troops just to do the same amount of damage. And again, we had about a 50% relative manpower advantage, and we had good weapons. And it just did not really materialize. And so as much as I and others have kind of complained about the AI in the past, I don't know, it seems like there are some things going on here that have evened it out. I'm not sure what it is. It might just be weapon quality this early in the war. I would think that training and some of the other qualitative factors don't really count because the war is just getting underway. I hope it's not other things like underlying numbers that are giving, you know, advantages to the AI to kind of make them like super dudes. I hope not, but you know, they seem to move reasonably well and all that. So yeah, it was a good fight. It's kind of reversing the old. We captured 2,000 rifles. We paroled 600 because no prison camps were available. That's true. I haven't really built them. I just don't really have anything else to do. So on the honor system, hopefully they don't come back. A disaster. It's probably a bit over the top, but all right. Finances. Finances are okay, I guess. All right. So we'll wait and see how all those kind of retreats play out. We'll have to go up and deal with this army of Pennsylvania. We'll probably have to try to retake Alexandria for no other reason than to have a kind of buffer. That seems unlikely. Let's try to get them back in the water before they dry up. And I think maybe that'll be a place to end this, right? So we got a little bit of available. I think the problem was available troops out in the west. There weren't that many from western states, so we're not going to give them the same numbers. Policy-wise, I don't recall where we... I thought it was on industrialization too. Must be military too. All right. So we've lucked out. Not much skill again when you're not using breastworks and you're kind of just rushing the attack with new troops. I think that these things happen. One of the downsides of these casualties is that I don't have the long-term manpower pool that I think the Union does, and so it's going to be hard to go 50-50, even bringing 50% more men. So hopefully some of the quality stuff, qualitative stuff works out for us, and hopefully these weapons purchases get sped up. So yeah, so far so good. I've enjoyed the campaign. I hope you've enjoyed the videos, and I look forward to being able to bring you more.